Okay, is it working now?
Yes. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you,
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, exactly.
All right. So, being that we've got 2 minutes already into this and people are on, Shannon, can you just give a quick 5 minute of your history and kind of your experiences of what your kind of like your background, what you did, and the floor is yours, sir.
Absolutely awesome. Well, Frank, thank you so much. I appreciate you having me here. This is awesome. It's an honor to be here. I really appreciate that. So just to give you a little background on who I am, why am I here training on lead generation, all that good stuff. I've been a lead generation coach now for probably about 15 years or so. 10 of those have been real serious. The first five was just kind of dabbling in it, playing around, things of that nature. I have literally been there's a company called KV Core Inside Real Estate, which is what's on my hat. They actually own KV Core and Boomtown together. Okay. It's a great lead generation system. Now they've actually just recently acquired Boomtown. But the reason that I'm telling you all this is because about 3 years ago, I ran a program called KV Core Boot Camp, right? And my KV Core Boot Camp actually got flagged because there was so many people signing up for it, and because I used KV Core Boot Camp in the email address, I mean in the website address, that I actually got a cease and desist letter from Inside Real Estate to stop using the words KV Core. Okay. So the reason I tell you that it's kind of funny because fast forward 3 years later, I'm now on the development team for the new Boomtown KV Core integration. There's only 5 of us in the whole nation. So I'm actually on the integration team for that program. And I am the only KV Core peer coach at the moment. So they've chosen one person that they say this is the person that we want to train our peers on how to lead generate through KV Core and through our systems, and that has actually been me. So I'm truly honored to be able to be able to hold those titles and to be able to do that, especially after getting the cease and desist letter. Right, that was hilarious to me because and actually I went to a private retreat in South Carolina not too long ago, and the CEO Joe was there, and everybody's talking and everything, and they're in this big round table thing, and I don't know, there's probably like 5 developer people or five techie people like myself, and then there was probably like 20 or 25 top agents across the nation that were there, and Joe said, "Would anybody like to say anything at all about inside real estate?" I raised my hand. Joe goes, "Yes, Shannon, go ahead." I said, "Can I get rid of that cease and desist letter that you sent me 3 years ago?" And he goes, "Absolutely, absolutely."
So,
So
what was it a RESPA violation?
no, 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 I was using their KV Core trademark name in my website. So I was using
Got it.
kvcorebootcamp.com, which is not legal unless you have their permission because you're using their name in your website.
Got
Okay.
it. I
So
understand.
that's the reason I got the cease and desist letter. But I think it's kind of funny that it all came full circle. And now, these guys are on my speed dial. I talk to the president of KV Core and the CEO and all that on a regular basis. So it's just kind of funny, But that's
Okay,
a
so
for
can you
people
go
to know.
back and give us a brief bio of your kind of like your personal life? Just a couple
Absolutely.
of minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Okay, so I've been in this real estate industry now for 22 years. I was a former radio personality and actually still own a radio station to this day. That's another story. But needless to say, I've been in the business for 22 years. I actually was afraid to start going after listings. I worked at a company, we won't mention the name, but there's exit signs everywhere. But anyway, I worked at a company that pushed buyer agency and they didn't push, working with sellers. And so I was terrified of working with sellers. Now, this is back in the day, back when Craig Proctor, remember Craig Proctor?
Oh yeah.
Out of Canada. So Craig Proctor was the main guy, right? And so his team was my coaches, and they said, "Well, you're going to go after FISBOs," and my heart sank. I'm like, "Oh God, you're kidding me! I'm terrified of going on a listing appointment, but yet I'm literally going to go and do this. So the long story short, I ended up going after FISBOs. I learned how to master FISBOs. I sold 78 FISBOs in 1 year. Okay.
Woo!
First year, I sold 35 for sell by owners. Okay. But 78 FISBOs in 1 year. That was a lot of FISBOs, by the way. Okay. But I can tell you this, that is a great way. If you're wanting to lead generate, if you're wanting to go after sellers for sell by owners, low hanging fruit. And I'm telling you, if you know how to do it, then you're gonna come out on top, right? It's all about providing value, 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 okay, and then being the last man or woman standing. That's it. That's all. That's all there is to FISBOs, okay. And if you do that and you provide that value, then you're gonna do well. Now, fast
Okay.
forward a little bit to 2019. In 2019, EXP, our company, my company, had a big event where they were trying to figure out who was the number one listing, who had the number one listing presentation, right? They had a really big thing. I remember that, Frank, when they did
Yep.
and I'm pleased to say that the guy who was terrified of listings had the number one listing presentation in the entire company. So I was awarded a check for $5,000 by Glenn Sanford on the stage of the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, and it was just incredible. I mean, I couldn't. Some of the people I was up against, I couldn't believe it. I mean, Jake Hinder was in there. I'm like, how in the world did I
Yeah.
have a better listing presentation than Jake Hinder?
Yeah.
But it was really cool. And then the following 2 years, I believe it was, then they put me in Success Magazine as one of the top 125 most influential leaders. So.
So
Uh,
where are you talking from right now? Where are you from?
I am from a small town in North Carolina called Marion, North Carolina.
Okay.
Literally, we have about 7,000 people. Okay. We have maybe 5 or 6 red lights and maybe a dozen restaurants or so. Our biggest store we have is Walmart. We don't have a mall. So,
So you're in Mayberry RFD.
pretty much that's
Yeah.
where I'm at. Yeah. And here's the thing. Here's what I want people to understand is if I can do it from here, you can do it from anywhere. Okay. Because I've been in Columbus, Ohio, and I lead generated and trained on lead generation in Columbus, Ohio. I've been in Charlotte, North Carolina, lead generated and trained in Charlotte, North Carolina. And now I'm doing the same thing here in this small town. It doesn't matter your location. I hear that all the time. People tell me, oh, well, I can't lead generate in this area. Or I can't lead generate in that area. That is crap. Okay. I'm just going to call it exactly what I see it. That is total crap. If you know what to do and you implement the certain tools and the certain ways of doing things, it doesn't matter if you're in, New York City or Podunk, Georgia. Okay. Literally, you can do this. Okay.
Okay.
So it's just all here. It's all here.
Right. All right. So Shannon, um, there's a lot of people on this call that are from EXP. Can you, what is the benefits of working with KB Core as opposed to other companies, which is either Follow Up Boss, Wise Agent, Goldmine? I could sit here and name off 25 CRMs, but why have you so attached yourself with KB Core?
Okay, so there's a couple of things. I want people to understand a few things about inside real estate. When I say KV, when I say inside real estate, that is KV Core, okay? But inside real estate is the parent company. The reason I say that is because inside real estate, if you heard me earlier, did purchase Boomtown. Okay. Boomtown was probably the largest lead generation website combination out there on the market, right? Very, very expensive. A lot of people spend a lot of money on it every single month, to have it. And it's not going away, but it is being integrated in to KB Core. So a lot of the features, and I'm under an NDA, so I got to be very careful what I say here, okay? But there are a lot of features that are offered in Boomtown that are working their way slowly into KB Core. Okay. Now, the other thing to understand is Follow Up Boss, for example. Follow Up Boss. A lot of people don't know this. Zillow now owns Follow Up Boss.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that. See? Okay. Zillow now owns Follow Up Boss. Okay. So that means that if you have your information in Follow Up Boss, the beast Zillow has your contacts information. Think about that for a second. Okay. Now that's up
Got
to
it.
you. You may love Zillow. And if you love Zillow, God bless you. That's great. You know what? I do not feed the beast. That's me personally. Okay. When they came to me and told me, oh yeah, you can have the spot right next to your listing for $500 a month. I said, it's my listing, right? Are you kidding me? You
Right.
know? So to me, they took our listings hostage. Okay, that's my personal opinion. And so that's why I will never use Follow Up Boss ever, 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 ever again, because now they control that information. Okay. Now, Boomtown, like I said, was a beast. It was great, great system, fantastic system. KV Core on the other side has been a great system as well. Now, KV Core, before it became KV Core, was conversion. Okay.
Right. Right.
And so conversion, I actually got trained by the developers of conversion. So one half of the ownership of conversion was Ryan. His name was Ryan, and he was a friend of mine. And so he spent weekends on Zooms teaching me everything there was to know about conversion. Well, I released this big program about, hey, I'm going to help you get it set up and all this good stuff, and I'm going to teach you how to use it and all this stuff for conversion, right? And I'm getting ready to release it. I spent hours and hours and hours building it out. And then all of a sudden, Ryan messages me and he says, hey man, bad news. And I said, what's that? He said, we've been bought out. I said, you've been bought out? What do you mean? He's like, company called Inside Real Estate. I'm like, oh crap. So now everything I had learned, I had to go back and relearn because they were changing it to KV Core, right?
Mhm.
Luckily, Ryan stayed on. Ryan helped me learn all that stuff. So the reason I tell you that is because I am trained by the developers on this system, right? So it's not like I'm just coming in here and going, well, I just played around with it and I figured it out and da da da. You know what I mean? No, it's not that. I was actually trained by the developers on this system, and I'm continually being trained by the developers on this system. One of the things that KV Core is coming out with that I cannot, I can tell, okay, I can tell a little bit of it. I can't go into all the details, but AI is really big right now. We know that, right? AI, artificial intelligence, is huge. Chat GPT is huge, right?
It's where everything's going.
It is. It really is. I mean, and honestly, I use it for everything. If I write a description for a property, I go into Chat GPT, I put in the notes, it writes it out. If I want to write a professional letter to someone, I put it in, it writes it out. If I want to, write a commercial for my radio station, put it in, it writes it out, right? It does everything that I want it to do, literally within seconds. Okay. Now, here's the thing. If you had a CRM, think about this for a minute, folks, okay? Because this is coming. If you had a CRM that you got a lead in and you didn't know what to say, right? Let's say you get the brand new lead in and you're going, gosh, I don't even know what to say to this person. I don't know how to, start this conversation. Maybe you're a new agent, maybe you're nervous, you're scared, whatever. Well, with this system, whenever it goes live, you'll actually be able to go in and type out, write a welcome email to Frank, my new buyer, and welcome him to my website. Please let him know I'm here if he needs any help, blah, 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 blah. Put all that in there. It doesn't have to sound perfect. And then you're going to hit generate, and it's going to put in his name, and it's going to build out all the information along with emojis and everything else for you right there. And all you got to do is hit send.
Wow.
Okay. Now,
That's pretty cool.
let's take it even further. Has anyone ever heard of LP Mama? The
I
LP
haven't.
buyer. It's a buyer. It's a script, right? It's a script for for working with buyers. Well, you can even go in if you're going to make a phone call and hit schedule call, and then right beside schedule call, it'll say scripts, and you click on scripts, and it'll have all these different scripts there from ChatGPT. It'll say buyer script, seller script, LP Mama script, whatever, and you put in the name and all this different stuff, and you hit generate, and boom, it's going to build that out for you, and it's going to have an entire script right there on your screen, directly in front of you, while you're making your phone call.
Wow. So Shannon, you told us a lot for somebody that can't tell us a lot, so thank you. I do have a question.
I ain't even got to the good stuff yet. I ain't even got to the good stuff yet.
I know, but I do have to ask you a question because when
Yes.
I was a Tom Ferry coach, a lot of agents use Boomtown.
Mhm.
And if I can remember right, Boomtown is not cheap. It's pricey.
Very.
Okay. Are they doing any benefits for if you have KV Core with EXP?
Not necessarily that they're doing benefits, but what they're doing is I can say this, and I can't say much more than this. I have to be very careful, okay? But I can say that if you're a Boomtown user, you're not going to lose anything, okay? You're not going to lose out on anything as far as that goes. You're going to keep Boomtown. But here's the thing, Boomtown is not going to continue to be upgraded and updated, okay? Boomtown is kind of at its pinnacle, right?
Okay,
It's there. And then what's going to happen is the new KV Core and what we call BT Pro, which is just brand new right now for teams. Okay, those two products are what are going to be updated, upgraded. Right, they're going to have all of the all of the latest Chat GPTs and all that good stuff in them. So if you're in Boomtown right now, my recommendation to you personally is look at making a switch over to either KV Core or BT Pro in the future, because Q1, Q2, all this stuff's going to start rolling out, guys. Right now, I've already got Chat GPT inside my KV Core right now to this day. Okay. Now, I'm one of 7 people that have it, right? Because we're testing it out. We're making sure that everything works the way it's supposed to and all that good stuff, right? But you got to be really you got to be really cognizant of do you want to stay with something that has plateaued, that's not gonna change with the changing times, or do you want to accelerate to the next level, right? And my recommendation is to accelerate to the next level, right? So I think KV Core and BT Pro are definitely the ways to go. one thing
okay,
one thing I didn't tell you about the chat GPT that I'm allowed to say that is coming. Okay, imagine this, folks. I want you to just imagine this. You get a new lead in. This new lead comes in, it goes into your system. So the way that KV Core works is the lead comes in. As soon as it comes into your system, it's going to automatically start getting text messaged, emailed, all that good stuff, right off the bat. You go in and you have that new lead come in. Now that new lead is automatically being text message, emailed, all that for you. Okay, imagine this. That lead responds to one of those text messages and says, yeah, hey, you know what, I'm looking for 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 450,000 in Charlotte. That would be great. Thank you so much. Right? That's what they respond back with. Now you're on the road. You can't respond for a while, right?
right,
You're whatever it is, right? They texted this in, you can't respond. The system is going to be set to where you can turn it on and turn it off, but the Chat GPT will read the text message and or the email. It will comprehend what is in the text message and or email, and then it will respond to that person automatically on your behalf. Not only will it respond, but then it will go in and it will set the listing alerts exactly what they ask for. Think about that, guys.
that's one of the problems with agents is that they don't follow up. And now you've got a system that follows up immediately. And there's probably a 35% you won't lose that lead.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. And so, why take chances on it? I mean, there's Market Leader out there. Market Leader doesn't have anything like this. They don't even have the tech. You can even text from Market Leader unless they've changed it, right? Top Producer, that thing's so antiquated, it's crazy, right? But now they've taken a lot of the features from all these different CRMs, right? And they've put them all together in KV Core. One of the things that the development team is working on, and I'm allowed to say this too, is that if you could take Boomtown, Follow Up Boss, Chime, and KV Core and put them all together into one CRM, contact management base, that is what we are building. Think about that for a moment.
wow.
We're taking the best of every single one that's out there and putting them together. Now, I haven't even talked about your website, right? You get a website with this, and it's a sticky website, right? So a lot of people don't realize, they think, oh, I got to have a website. I got to have a big picture of me holding my cat and holding my dog and, all this different stuff, right? They think they got to do all that. But guess what, guys? You don't have to do any of that, because what you need is a sticky website. You need a website that people are going to go to and they're going to find the information that they want, and then they're going to register. Okay. That is a good website.
Wow.
Anytime you're waiting on someone to call you from a website, you know what? You're going to be like that. You seen that little meme, you know, with the skeleton sitting there clicking his fingers going, right? That's literally what you're going to be doing. Okay. Because it's not going to work. People are not going to pick up the phone and call you like they used to do. People are not going to walk into your office like they used to do. They are online. 99.9% of the people are online now. Okay. It doesn't matter their age group or anything. They're online. That's where they're looking. And if you don't have a way to capture them, which we do, we do landing pages, we do squeeze pages, we do call text capture. There's a lot of different features inside of KV Core that are going to allow you the opportunity to be able to capture that lead. Here's the thing: you don't want somebody to know your name and your phone number. You want to know their name and their phone number.
That's right. Okay. So Shannon, you've got to come back. This is amazing information. I have only time for about 2 to 3 questions. Is there anybody out in the audience that has a question for Shannon? I know I'm putting people on the spot here, but
Oh, that's okay. I was thinking this was an hour, not half an hour. So okay, so I was just rambling.
well, you and I have another call we have to jump on.
Okay,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. If there's no questions, well, remember, folks, this is live on Facebook. This is also going to be on my YouTube channel. And then Chris is going to send it to Shannon to be on his YouTube channel and also his website. There's so much information coming that I can't keep up. And thank God for people like Shannon that really knows this stuff. I've loved Shannon for a long time. We have a lot of things in common. We have an accountability call right after this call. Matter of fact, we're late. Number 2, he's very involved in his church, which I love. Number 3, we're in the same business together. And number 4, we're both drummers. So what more could you want? Oh,
right.
and we both have a radio show. So
Exactly.
that's cool.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Now, if anyone is interested in KV Core, I would highly recommend that you look into KV Core. It's very expensive, guys. It's about $1,000 setup. It's about $600 a month if you're not with EXP. Okay, just to be totally honest with you, right? I'm just not, I'm not trying to, push anybody or anything. I'm just saying that the facts, right? And we get now there are other companies that offer KV Core. Keep that in mind. But one thing you need to understand: the largest company that is represented by KV Core is eXp Realty. Okay. And so we get special things that no other companies get. I talk to Remax agents all the time. I talk to other agents all the time that use KV Core, and they do not have the same features that we have. Okay. So that's a big, big thing. They have to pay extra for those things, and they do not do that. If you do have KV Core, I have an awesome KV Core boot camp. I've helped over 5,000 people set up their systems. Okay. What I do is I go in and I set up the system completely for you. You can do it all on your own. There's a bunch of videos that show you how to do it, but we do it all for you. We build a customized email signature. We build a customized Facebook cover photo for you. We do the squeeze pages for you, right? We build out the squeeze pages for you where it's just plug and play. You get my listing presentation. There's all kinds of stuff, and this starts at $97, guys. So it's really cheap, right? So $97 to $350, and that gets you $350 gets you 2 qualified codes, 30-minute calls with me, right? So we can go deeper into this thing. I also have broken down all 600 videos into about 8 or 9 10-minute segments. So they're real easy to understand. So you literally can look at one screen and implement. Look at one screen and implement. And I'm showing people literally how to generate anywhere from 50 to 75 leads per month, every single month. And all you got to do
Shannon,
is
could you
go to
do me a
KV Core.
favor and
Yes.
put your phone number in the chat and your email address in case anybody who is out there that wants to contact you?
Yes, I can do that. And I'm also going to put my link in there for the website to for the KV Core Bootcamp if anybody wants that. All right.
Yes.
So kvcorebootcamp.com. It starts at $97. But like I say, I mean, I was told by the president of Inside Real Estate that people prefer my videos over their videos. So pretty interesting.
Yeah. Shannon, I definitely want you back after the first of the year. I've learned a lot. I didn't realize all this stuff was so available, but I want to thank you for your time because that's most important. And I look forward to having you back. Probably going to be sooner than later after the
Sounds
first
good,
of the
my
year.
friend.
All right. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to
Merry
your
Christmas,
family.
guys. God bless.
All right. Bye-bye.